boom, a body the boom, a body the beat. Yo, bro.
What's happening? We on YouTube with the shit, so goddamn.
Look at my hair.
Yo.
We in
Break
here,
yourself,
fool. Introduce yourselves. Y'all go ahead with the shit.
It's Keezy Key, one of the biggest Kanye fans like ever. Like musicologist here.
Had to bring him on.
You know what I'm saying? It's your boy.
YoungJuventad in this bitch.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, matter of fact, real fast, John, when can we expect music, my boy?
Fact.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I really been trying to tap in lately. I've kind of fell off for a little bit with like everything I had going on, like school and shit. But I really been getting back on it lately. So I want to try to drop something like within the next month. So I've been working with some like new producers and stuff that I've met over like the last year, and been really trying to lock in with them.
As long as you got motion going on, we trying to.
Hell yeah, bro.
Put Florence on, fuck it. Shit. Yeah, alright, so Donda versus CLB, basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
Basically, that's really what it is. Since Drake want to drop it in the same week as Kanye, that's how I'm thinking of it. What y'all think?
Not only that, I don't know. I don't feel like we should go into the debate biased already. We should just go into go into the debate as music heads.
Yeah, full disclaimer too. Like, I'm a huge Kanye stan. Feel like Kanye is the GOAT.
Same, like,
do agree. But I'm also
a Drake fan too. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Drake fan too.
So this is not like a
Kanye
Drake
bashing
video.
This ain't a Drake bash session. This ain't no Kanye dick sucking competition. I promise it's not. Like, but of course, Kanye's my favorite rapper. I'm not sure about everybody else, but that's my favorite rapper. But I'm still a really, really big Drake fan. It just happens to be so that now their beefing is kind of like a.
It's almost like your parents arguing, bro.
It's like when Travis had to go through when Cudi and Kanye were beefing.
Yeah.
That same type of vibe.
I felt that.
You like shit. Ugh.
I felt you feel like
tension, but you like. It's like I'm gonna ignore that, and it's not my business.
It's like. And then people are picking sides too.
Yeah, and then like they feel like because you're such a big fan of both, they want to taunt you about it. It's like, choose, nigga, choose.
And it's like you got it. It's like they're forcing you to pick one, but it's like I feel like what they say, right? You don't compare two bad bitches. You know what I'm saying? You don't compare two masterpieces.
Why are you putting? How they be on Twitter?
Goats.
Why are you putting two women against each other? Why are you putting two females against each other? Why are you putting two kings against each other?
Goat.
Yeah, like it's kind of hard. But me being a Kanye fan, I'm always stand. Yeah,
that's my boy. That's my guy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Kanye, he kind of dusted him though.
For real, like honestly, I expected it to be a lot closer than it was. Like I was listening.
I did too. I was not even being scared, but as a Kanye fan, I had to. You have to keep your word up because Kanye talks so much shit, so you have to talk that same much shit to everybody else as well. Like, yeah, nigga, we about to drop the best album of the year, da 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 da. So when it comes out, you gotta keep that same fucking energy. So even if it's not the same album of the year, you gotta still.
You forcing it. Either,
yeah, like
it's like the albums do be that good, and this album was that good. Like I heard a lot of people saying like y'all only saying it's like a masterpiece type shit
because y'all Kanye heads or
that's what the internet's saying type shit. But like, nah, this shit's genuinely that good, for real.
Like today, I seen a tweet from a Drake fan that literally said, I enjoyed Donda better than CLB.
For real.
I'm literally a Drake fan. Like, for real, Donda is... That shit hit.
That shit is a masterpiece. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I, grew up in the church and shit. Like, both my parents are ministers. My whole life, I was in the church for real. And ever since, like, I moved out of my parents' house and, like, left for college and shit and just got older, I kind of, I was good off, like, the whole, like... church and all that Christianity, but like, me being a music head and that being like my life basically, that's one aspect of church I always really enjoyed. So for Kanye to really like kind of bring me back into that spiritual mindset, because it's not like you don't even got to think about it like in terms of Christianity, because like you can not be a Christian and still
not only that, with everything that's going on right now, like with COVID, mental health issues, everybody going through different shit right now. So like the songs that's on Donda aren't just like spiritual to religion, it's spiritual to spirit. Like you feel that self, like you feel that shit deep down. Like I said, like about Come to Life, like the fucking piano chords, like the ending part, like you could really, like I really feel like that song is one of the only songs on Donda he really poured his heart out to, like onto.
Yeah, he was in the booth crying on "Come to Life."
I really feel like he poured his heart out to that song, like especially with the keys at the end. Like he really took his time out to dissect that whole part and put that shit together. Like,
oh yeah,
that shit was different. And then my favorite second song is Donda.
Ooh.
Where his mom's having the whole introduction.
Mm-hmm.
And that part where she said, and what did I teach him? And why Kanye ain't scared.
Oh, God.
Bruh.
Sheesh. That was Donda right there.
Literally, I was like,
that was Donda right there. Bro, you see the light cut off. All you could see was the Donda cover art, bro.
Black.
That's all you could see. That's
when I heard that damn, and what did I teach him? And why Kanye ain't scared. That shit had me like...
For me, it was
it made me feel
24.
nostalgic.
Yeah.
No cap, like on some shit like maybe my parents feel like that about me or da type shit.
It's like they know like you're different from the way they raised you. But it's like the fact that you are able to like
express
not conform,
it.
Yeah, to express like your
and change a whole generation. Like she said, he sparked my son, sparked the whole generation. Like I was like, really. And just imagine if she was alive and living and still being able to narrate his albums like this.
But honestly, though, I'm not saying, like, you know, it's good that she died. But, like, if he hadn't been gone through what he's gone through, like...
He wouldn't have that same drive.
Yeah.
Not that same drive because she would have been here pushing him, of course. But he wouldn't have that
gone
same...
through the same process that he had
of art.
to get to.
Kanye's story and like the way he's developed from album to album is like a big part of that is like outside influences of his life.
As well as pain.
Influencing his music. Like the shit he experiences. And because he's such a polarizing person. He's always in the media. He's like one of the biggest celebrities in the world. So like, you never really... being that big, you never really get a chance to like, decompress,
And I feel like my personal opinion, not saying that CLB is a flop, but I feel like the reason why it didn't do as good is because Kanye's album was an album as a tribute, and it actually came from the heart. It was actually like a work ethic album. Like, I did this because of this. Like, this is for my mama. This is for da-da-da-da. Yeah. When Drake, where it's like, oh, I'm just doing this shit to prove this nigga wrong.
Like attacking Kanye.
This album was really, the intentions of this album wasn't the same. It's, I'm doing this shit to prove this nigga wrong.
I disagree with that. I don't think it was... I feel like the way he dropped it was on some fuck you to Kanye shit, and that was Kanye influence. But the whole album in and of itself, because he's been talking about CLB since like October of last year.
Like you said, the way he dropped it, I feel like this was a rushed project. He could have taken way a little, like, yes, it's way awaited, but look how far we waited for Donda. We waited like 4 or 5 years for Donda.
That's right.
And we waited 2 or 1 year for CLB, and he really could have took a little bit more time.
I will say though, when he dropped Dark Lane demo tapes last year, when Drake dropped Dark Lane, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. When Drake dropped that last year,
and that's the type of energy I was expecting CLB to have, because like the song with Giveon and like all of that. I was expecting that.
They were saying those songs were all throwaways from CLB and songs that didn't make CLB or whatever. And then he dropped the 3 songs earlier this year with the one with Lil Baby and Rick Ross, and then like the solo song. Mm-hmm. He dropped those, and those were good too. So I was, great. And then everybody's like, yeah, it's just a piece of what CLB is gonna sound like. So I was really excited.
And CLB is a whole different of what.
It's not bad, but it's just
not. It's not bad.
It's not what I expected, honestly.
And me, in my opinion, I feel like the samples, he really chose really good samples this time to distract us. That's my opinion, because when I was trying to like re-listen last night, and I was going like the intro is the sample and the beat to the intro is so good, I can't pay attention to shit that he's talking about.
Like drowning out his words for real.
Yeah, like I'm not really listening to shit that he's saying, because this production and everything else is so fucking amazing. I'm not paying attention to shit that this nigga is talking about. Yeah. So in my mind, it's like, damn, it is hard. But I'm only saying it's hard because of the way he's making it sound to me. He's not enunciating shit to me. And nothing getting to me but the beat and the production.
Yeah.
As with Donda...
Good things... Well, go ahead.
About to say, as with Donda, it's both, like...
Yeah.
Lyrical and production-wise. Like, that shit hit.
I like, in terms of, like, some good things about CLB, though. I was waiting for TSU to drop for like a year. I was listening to the snippet of Not Around when niggas was calling it Not Around. I was listening to that on fucking YouTube and SoundCloud for
and
like
shout out to
year.
the Project Pat
For real.
feature.
Oh God.
Shout out to the Trav feature. Shout out to the whole feature.
Features were
Shout
good.
out, yes.
Dirt.
Features
On
were
both of them.
immaculate.
On both albums.
Features were immaculate on both albums. Immaculate.
I will say this though. One of my friends said the features were really good on both albums. I will say this though. The best song on each album is a solo song. I think the best song on Donda,
like Come to Life, is just
solo.
him.
Believe What I Say. That's my favorite. I think that's the best
Literally,
song.
I love
Just
that
Kanye.
song.
And it's like arguably the most Kanye song on there.
Because it's sampled by
And
Kanye.
The way
It's
he sampled
everything
it.
Kanye. Literally.
Like, best song on CLB to me is Race My Mind. That was like, it's not necessarily different because Drake makes songs like that, but in terms of like the way I was expecting the album to go in terms of quality of it, not necessarily the sound, I really thought that was like the most like, okay, this is what I needed from CLB. Like, there's a few songs where you hear and it's like, okay, more of this is what we needed,
That's right.
And one thing about CLB I can't say good, vocalizing.
Yeah.
Like
The mixing and everything.
not even just that, like harmonies. Singing and harmonies, like that's one thing I can always give to Drake, and he's gonna always have that shit down.
Crazy thing about Drake though, he's not even that great of a singer.
Yes, but like with the harmonies and melodies, he knows how to do it with his placement and how to make that shit sound
like,
and make it right. Like with the Rick James shit, like he know how to make that shit right. Like,
and then a lot of niggas gonna say, Drake don't even write his music, or like Drake probably didn't even write that shit. Which I mean, he probably didn't, but like, if the niggas who wrote it could make it sound like how Drake make it sound, they would.
Right,
like,
it's the way he's making it sound.
Yeah, like,
cause shit, Kanye has some ghostwriters too, but it's the way he's making
Kanye can't really
sound.
even sing. Kanye actually can't sing, but
It's the
it
way
always
he's
sounds
making
good
it
when he
sound.
does. Drake's a better singer than Kanye.
The only reason why
for sure.
Kanye is singing is because Michael Jackson told him that he could sing.
Right, and he was like, hey, you can't tell me shit after that.
Word, like Michael Jackson told me I could sing, nigga. I'm about to sing on every
Nah,
track.
Nah, but like the way with Kanye, it's like, it's not like, I feel like we're kind of getting all over the place, but it's still,
It's a music
whatever.
debate. It's whatever.
It's not even really a debate. It's just a discussion, really. But yeah, with Kanye and his vocals, he always like similar to Tyler in terms of like how niggas, take their vocals. Niggas who can't really sing that well, but are really, really musically inclined. They take their vocals and manipulate them.
They
to
know
where
what
it sounds
to do.
Good. Yeah.
Like sometimes, like when Pharrell was just starting out, he couldn't sing that well, but he knew what the fuck to do and how to arrange that shit and how to melodize and everything else. So that shit just rides so smoothly.
Another nigga, I know we're kind of just talking about niggas now, but Childish Gambino, he's a good singer, but he's not that great of a singer. But he really
can make himself sound better
so
because
good.
of the way he does it. Like,
yeah,
it's a way that you gotta ride it out.
I feel like that's a talent right there in and of itself that a lot of niggas take for granted. Like,
but if I had to say my top songs, I don't have the list right in front of me. I can't really remember them right now, really.
What, for Donda?
Both.
Well, here's Donda. Track list. While you look at that, I'll say mine.
I still think 24 is really my favorite.
How
for
did
Donda,
you?
though.
No, okay. So, did you watch the live streams?
I didn't watch the live streams. I mean, I seen clips from them.
Okay, so I watched the second.
I didn't watch the live streams because I wanted to wait for the album to drop.
I watched the second live stream and I watched the third.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, as a Kanye fan, I feel like you should have, because it was a different type of hype experience that you felt. So like when niggas was talking shit before it came out, we was already like, nigga, we know it's some bangers. Like, we know, like, I already know offhand 4 songs that I don't know the titles of right now, but I can, like, nigga, I know for a fact that they bangers, and I know for a fact that you can't tell me they not once they drop. So it's like, and then also the moment that I was feeling like once, like, I've like really heard them for the first time, like, and I knew I couldn't hear it again. Like, that's a different feeling, because it's like it had me fiending for the album, like fiending for that shit. So when I really heard 24 for the first time, I was like, oh my God, like, yo, what is this? Like, and it was just in the arena. It was just, put our hands up in the sky.
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
bro,
what is
24,
this?
bro, those
he need a trumpet.
Those tenors and altos, man. Like, you know,
destroyed the shit for real.
like, you know, like I said, I grew up in the church and the choir and shit, and you know, me being a male, I was always a tenor. So
once I heard that Jail for the first time, and I heard Hove, like that's why I say you should have watched the live stream.
I will say though, I think Jay-Z definitely mailed it. Donda. Anyway, I think Jay-Z definitely mailed in his verse. Like he was on some like. That was a whatever verse from Jay-Z, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was.
I wasn't a huge fan of it.
I wasn't a fan of how short it was and how not in depth it was, but I was a fan of just the whole thing in itself.
Just yeah.
Because that.
And then I feel like Jay-Z kind of knew that. No matter what he said on the track,
that's the point of it. That's the whole point of it. And it was like,
it didn't have to be hard.
Yeah, he could have really just been like, hey, yo,
because it's
like,
just a return of
the fact that the one line, honestly, that whole verse, he probably just said, yo, this is the return to the throne. And he was like, yo, I'm about to make a whole verse based on that one line and build up just to say that one line.
But not even just that line. My favorite line from Jay's whole verse was, Donda, I'm with your baby when I touch back road.
Yeah.
Told him to stop out that red cap, we going home.
Hell yeah.
I was like, yo, yeah.
It's like seeing them reunite.
Yeah, like, and that's why I say you should have watched the live stream. So like when that shit really dropped, everybody did not know like what the fuck was going on. So when we heard Ho, we was like, yo, like. I was literally like this in Lucas' fucking car. I was like, yo, that's fucking Hove, nigga. That's Hove, nigga. And he was like, nigga, word, like. I was like, that nigga said Return of the Throne. We was in the car literally like, nigga, what the fuck, like.
Hell yeah.
Now you got with him and shit.
Word. So the next day I was like, that shit was in my head all day. We going to jail tonight. That's all I kept hearing the next day. And there was no way I could listen to the shit.
Yeah, I'm not. Honestly though, you know niggas was screen recording and like niggas who was there was recording and shit. So it was mad clips and I heard most of the shits from clips. I didn't, like I said, I didn't watch the actual live stream. I just heard a lot of clips and like, you know, the best songs and shit. But yeah.
Let's see, also if I had to choose one off of Drake's, 7 a.m. on Brother
Path. Oh yeah, on Brady Path, hell yeah. That shit was hard as fuck. And like that's another one I was like, okay, Drake, we needed more of this on this album. We needed more of this. And it's like it's not even like different from the album. Like in terms of like, you know, like it's not something that's like, oh, this is different. It's like it's just that we needed more of this quality, you know?
Yeah.
Because
everything else just seemed kind of mediocre. You was getting by on the track.
Yeah. For real.
But yeah, I really enjoyed Donda, man.
You only live twice as hard too, but Wayne ripped that hoe. That's
Lucky.
Boy, man.
Lucky.
What?
For real. For real.
And anything Trav is in, I'm gonna love.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah. Well, I will say about Travis Scott. Travis Scott's one of those artists where he's so good. He's a really, really good artist. But to say he is the caliber of artist that he is, he delivers a lot of mid. To say he's who he is.
Lyrically. Production, no lyrically.
Yeah, lyrically. But it's like, sometimes like even some songs on like, I wouldn't even say mid, like in case of mid, like relative to Travis, it's mid, if that makes sense. Like he has some songs where you know it's like, okay, this is why Travis is Travis. But he has other songs where it's like, okay, this is mid. And you know, you could say that for every artist, honestly. Except Frank Ocean, he has no bad songs. You could say that for a good artist.
Frank has no bad songs.
But, like, for example, Astroworld. There's a few songs on Astroworld that are like, it's almost like filler songs. And I feel like that was a lot of what CLB was. Like, for example...
I get what you mean by filler songs on Astroworld, but I don't feel like those filler songs on Astroworld...
Who, what? Was it Who, Why, Who, What?
What, Why, or some shit like that?
Yeah, that song, I feel like that's a filler song. Songs like...
That one kind of hit, though.
I mean, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I'm not saying it's a bad song, but, like, in terms of, like...
That's why I said certain filler songs aren't trash.
Yeah, no. It's not bad. But
that
to
I
me,
get
it's
what
like,
you mean by
yeah.
filler songs. He just needs something to put on.
Yeah, it's like
which is-
something I can not listen to. Again, honestly, after I hear the album.
If I had to guess one off of that album, I would say like R.P. Screw.
Fuck no. Screw too important. That shit too important. That shit important as fuck. What? Are you kidding me?
I think.
R.I.P.
Oh my
Screw.
god, I just can feel the love.
Shots out with the windows up.
What's the fussing what you want with us? Beat the devil for the angels.
Bro, yeah, that shit was hard. I don't know what you mean.
Shawty got a thing for us.
It just don't hit me.
But yeah.
You sick. Sway Lee and that nigga went
Yeah,
in on that shit.
Yo, Sway Lee.
They walked on that
For
mug.
real. They was floating.
What? They
I
was
just took a photo to the head like, man.
Hey,
They was
that-
fucking floating.
We getting off
Don't
track.
let me be tripping.
Yeah,
Don't let me be
Alright,
tripping.
We gonna go ahead and cut this. This is a 20-minute video word. I can deal with that. We ain't gonna cut it up yet. That bitch gonna be raw. Alright, we out. Have a gang. What's the shit? John, y'all should, both of y'all should know, matter of fact. Stay easy, be breezy, never cheesy, always easy.
Always easy.